You know who's in here? KF, Kid Jones, Cello, TAT, Flava, all stars, QA, Matic. You never heard it like this before. 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 Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it.
Come on, stacking out, singing out that I now. But those who don't know, yo, man, it's hot to the top, time to rise like that phoenix bird. I'm sorta like a dancer, I dance the words. Filipino with a P, Pili means chosen. Our destiny, yes, it can't be broken. Bassline on the FOB, none of that matters to the G.O.D. Been told I'm a top gifted poet. 3, 2, 1, GK, let's do it. Pinazo, find my favorite brand. Caramel skin like leche plan. You got rice, that's big ass. She do taste masa rap like all spells and Manny Pack. I'm a champ, let's go. Filipino.
Filipino with the P-I-L-I-P-No, ayo. Itaas ang noo, gotta look up cause it's time to party. Been struggling, hustling, serving so we can finally make it to the top. From the bottom, gotta keep the faith in what it says on the song. Now look around and put your hand up, going up high to the man above. Give some love, y'all. Only way to make things happen. Hey.
10 khakis, 10 straw hat on. 3 stars, 1 sun is 1. 10 the wrong, 10 my skin. KL, your body, at it again. I know, Gaba, who am I? I don't speak the college, but at least I try. I got pride, time to bridge the gap. I'm so universal when I rap. You act like you know, but you really don't. We lost our identity to get opportunity. Filipinos, what we need is unity. I'm taking you home into my heart. Back to a land that's been torn apart. It's the boiling point, so it's time to bubble. Miracles happen like when I'm rapping. It's my Enid, we steaming.
Y'all ain't no Filipinos could get this high. So pray for the rain, but you can't put out our flame, no.
I could have sworn they were just here.
I thought we had them. Where are they?
Snap.
You tell the boss.
And I'm a killer when it comes to these lyrics. I'm invincible. Awful with the flow, call them Ivan the Terrible. Living in the moment, we ain't promised nothing. Hate it or love it, I made something out of nothing. I'm just repping for my people, getting money, staying hungry, cause it ain't just we
Yo! So, yes, of course, welcome back to the show. welcome to Bassline Music and Sports. And, yeah, so we just had a break. And, maraming salamat nga pala sa successful na ayuda program ng Bassline Music and Sports. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng tumulong, and I hope na mas mapalaki pa natin to para makatulong pa tayo in the future, first of all. So, ayun, maraming salamat sa inyo. We would like to thank as well ang sponsors natin. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat na tumulong. And nakita nyo naman yung preview. So, before we start, nakita nyo naman yung preview natin. So, nakita nyo yung music video ng Mainit. And nakakita kayo ng clue kung sino yung magiging guest natin for tonight. Well, actually, guests. Well, hindi na guest yung isa kasi ano siya, he's part of the family here na sa Bassline. So, he was my co-host before, and he started the fire like what I've mentioned before sa episode namin last season. So siya nagsimula ng mainit na guests, and also yung mga audience natin, sa kanya lahat nagsimula. And maraming salamat nga pala sa sponsors natin: Dubai Exclusive Fitness, Alchemist Clothing, Flawless Beauty UAE, Sisig Brothers, Sulud Misoy, Hope and Inspire Movement. Maraming salamat sa inyo. So, let's start this baby up. So, eto, pakilala ko muna yung host natin na nakasama before. You know him very well. He's my good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him back. Guys, ito na ulit si CL Frostyle. What up, bro?
Yo, what up, guys? What up, Bassline Podcast, and to all the viewers. And yeah, everything's fine. Yo, stay safe, stay blessed. We are doing well now in Dubai and the whole Middle East, hopefully, and the whole world. It's gonna heal up. So, and shout out sa Ayuda program, you guys.
Ay,
congrats on that. Keep it up, guys.
Maraming salamat.
Other people as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really good.
Of course, maraming salamat. Syempre, sa mga nagdasal din na para dito sa project natin na to. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Maraming salamat din sa mga nandyan sa Pilipinas na tumulong din, and we have some people around the globe who helped. So maraming salamat sa successful na project na yon. So bro, what can you say about this about our guest dito sa pilot episode natin sa season 3?
Okay. Yo, I'm gonna talk about our guest in the unique way I kinda know him, you know. Back in the days, so we actually featured Mainit, right?
Yep.
The music video, and at that time I really don't know our guest. So I was only approached by the Philippine All-Stars, one of the leaders, like Fil-Am. So she told me like, hey, we're gonna shoot a music video, and I'm like, okay. You know me, I'm a Rabbit fan, so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You know, I'm always on the go. And then, bro, we actually shoot in this abandoned warehouse somewhere in Santa Rosa. I forgot. Basta it's an abandoned warehouse. And then when all the dancers were there, and then boom, andun na nga, we were introduced to our guests. I mean, like, yo, this is gonna be New York, and I'm like, and then usually New York is a collaboration of Knowa Lazarus and then Flava
Matikz, yep.
So yo, let me introduce to you Knowa Lazarus, a lyrical poet from the Queens, New York, and one of our world-class rapper musician in the Philippines as well.
Of course.
So you know, I mean, this guy is such a humble artist. Really, like from Mainit music video, that Mainit song, it has launched us to a lot of other projects, man. It's crazy and how we came up with so many songs after that, you know. Bro, we had a concert tours in the Philippines, and then I think we also performed this in the Pussycat Dolls concert as a front act, right? Remember those days? And then and then also we did it on ASAP, and it's like a crazy
That was a crazy
production
experience.
at that time. So yun, bro. From Mainit, there's so many things that happen. So Knowa Lazarus, you know, the people of the world, people of Middle East, yo, man. I mean, I just want to introduce to you Knowa Lazarus, man.
Of course, bro.
Yo,
This
New York and the Philippines.
Knowa Lazarus, ladies and gentlemen, he's a songwriter, he's a rapper, he's a master of ceremony. He's a host, man. This is a humble artist that I've known for quite some time. He's one of the OG rappers that we have in the Philippines. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to our show Knowa Lazarus.
Yoy! Kumusta, y'all? Yoy!
New York! What up, bro?
Good, man. Just, you know, got a lot of time on my hands, so, you know, just focus on creating every day.
What's happening, bro? How's everything in LA?
Everything's okay. I mean, you know, unfortunately, I think Americans don't listen too much, so you know, we're number one with the numbers. You know, so it's like, I mean, yeah, people just do what they want, so it's kind of
the abuse of free will, bro.
Yeah, the abuse. I mean, because I'll go out with my daughter, just to walk through the park, you know, and then I'll see people like playing 3-on-3, 5-on-5 basketball. I'm like, man, you guys are, you know, grave. Playing pickup basketball, you know.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's all good. I mean.
But how's the situation about the you know, what's happening in the protest now? Medyo nag-ano ba siya? Medyo nag-subside.
I mean, it's kind of died down a bit in terms of let's say in terms of the big show of it, right? It's kind of toned down a bit, but it's still there. The tension is still there.
Still there.
Well, so that's why I actually think, you know, the NBA just started again today. So
exactly. In the bubble.
Yeah, in the bubble.
Man, I'm just so happy right now that, you know, NBA is back finally.
Oh yeah. Yeah, NBA is back.
So yeah, bro, we just have a couple of questions for you dito sa show. Yeah, we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, we ready?
Yeah, bro. I don't have the question list, so throw away the questions and we're gonna.
No problem. Yeah. All right then. So yeah. So could you please tell us, bro, who is Knowa Lazarus?
Who am I? Well, Knowa Lazarus, that's my artist name. So the names were actually given to me. It wasn't like I said, I'm going to call myself Knowa and Lazarus. When I was, you know, I'm born and raised, pinanganak sa Queens, New York, and lumaki nandyan. So I grew up there, and in my neighborhood, I actually grew up speaking Spanish.
Wow.
So toda la gente hablaba español. So yo puedo hablar español. Right? So, it was kind of like, I didn't actually, that time, I mean, you know, you guys are both Pinoy. I didn't know what it was to be Filipino, because how I grew up, it was just in that environment. And I just discovered, I guess, the talent to rap actually by accident, because actually when I first started, I was a basketball player. You know, I used to play basketball. So I was the starting point guard for my you know, my junior high school, my high school team. And you know, once I got to like my junior year, you know, the guys are like 6'9", 6'10", and they're dunking on you, and you're like, I can't compete with this, you know. Iba yung level, my ibang levels. And I, you know, but I would always listen to hip hop, and I would always listen to music. And it was just random, actually. One of my friends dared me to just get on a mic at this club, and you know, and I just said, all right, I'll do it. And I got on, and ever since that day, I fell in love with it. Right? I was like, I'm gonna do this the rest of my life. And I was probably about like 15, 16 years old at that time. And and now we break it down to Knowa. So I got the name Knowa because when I used to rap, you know, I used to go to like ciphers and school and you know, talent shows, ganon lang. and even like I'd take the train out to Brooklyn and the Bronx, and I'd enter talent shows like, you know, in the hoods and the projects. And I got the name Knowa because they said like, oh, you sound like you know a lot when you rap. And then one time I was in Brooklyn, and I remember there was like this cipher, and I was just rapping, and they're like, damn, you like Lazarus because you never die. So that's how I got the name Knowa Lazarus, and I just put it together. Like, yeah, Knowa Lazarus, ganun lang. So that's how I came up with the name, and basically for all you guys here, I know I'm telling my life story, but all you guys seeing me for the first time, I'm an MC, rapper, songwriter, and an entrepreneur. So I do a lot of different things, but music has always been the centerpiece of everything I do.
Of course.
Yeah. Amazing, bro. Amazing.
Wow. And could you please tell us more about Q York? What's the story about the Q York? Because it's you and Flava Matikz,
me
right?
and Flava. So, so me and Flav, we grew up the same. So he grew up in a different part of Queens. I was in South Queens. He was in more West Queens. And at that time, I had a rap group, and I was touring at that time in like the East Coast. I would go to like Washington D.C., New Jersey. I had a rap group.
Wow.
And tapos my DJ, right at that time, he's actually he's a heavy hitter now. He's DJ Fat Fingers. He's from the Heavy Hitters, and he had to train from for the ITF championship. So he was like, I can't DJ for you guys, so we need another DJ. So my partner, he was a Trinidadian guy. He was dating a Filipina girl, and the Filipina girl, she was like my cousin DJs. So see, Flav came out, DJ'd for us, and it was cool. He did like 3-4 shows with us. I think we went to Philadelphia, New Jersey. We went to different cities, and then I didn't speak to him after that for a while. I didn't speak to him. Then my group split, right? We went our own ways. Kasi me, I was, my mom threw the chancleta at me, the chinela, because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do in school. So I said I gotta focus on school, and he was like, we gotta go now. So we just kind of went our own separate ways, and then I found myself as a solo artist. And Flav just hit me up out of nowhere. He said, hey bro, I'm making beats now.
Wow.
Beats. So I was like, okay. And I needed beats. I was working with this one producer. And he was like, I'm making beats now. I was working with this one producer from Harlem, but it was more like really classic hip hop, and we were just looking for something a little different for me, at least at that time. And then so Flav's like, I'm making beats. I went to his house.
Okay, that's amazing.
Boom, started playing beats, and then after that, we just built a studio in his house, and I would just stay at his house, sleep on the couch, and, like 2-3 days a week, and we would just make music every single day.
Wow.
That's dope, dude.
And we started New York.
It's like a match making heaven.
Yeah, it's just like a match. Yeah. We were sobrang ghetto, our first studio. Yung headphones, yung headphones. So we used to have put a headband to keep the headphones in place,
Oh shit! All right.
Yung microphone was, yung dynamic microphones.
Yeah.
Pero we didn't have like this popper around it. So we put isang medyas on top and a rubber band. Walang mic stand.
Yeah.
So we had my lamp post. We would just put the mic in the lamp post, the lamp. Take the light bulb out, and the mic is in the lamp. Tapos isang towel. We would tack it to the wall, and we would just record all the time.
What a humble experience, man. Like, for real,
Yeah.
Everyone got to start somewhere, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Damn.
But we didn't care.
This is the first time I've learned about the history of you guys. Never heard it when we were all together, Like,
yeah.
It's kind of trippy.
Life is always crazy, we're always in the moment. Yun lang. Alam ko, I know how it is.
I'm really honored to know about the story, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. So but I mean, we didn't care. We were just super, super happy. Sobrang masaya just to be able to record. We were like, every day, parang we're trying. He's making a beat, and we're just practicing. But I didn't feel like practice. It just felt like masaya, like you dancing. Diba? It doesn't feel like it's like just fun, So. Boom, and then ganun lang. Then after that, we just stuck with it, and we're like, hey, let's let's call ourselves something. And then, you know, me, medyo, minsan, I'm always like, malalim, so I'm coming up with crazy names like, oh, yo, Phoenix Records, oh, you know, Manifest Destiny Records. And, you know, see, Flav, he brings the swag, that flavor, diba? So he's like, nah, bro, Q York. And I was like, oh, shoot, that's good. And, you know, we just,
Simple lang, yeah, but
yeah,
it's dope.
So super simple, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's much better.
Q York is, Q stands for Queen, right?
Queens, yeah, it's
Queens,
well,
Queens, New York.
originally, yeah, because we're both from Queens, New York, and then we were like, it's catchy. Tapos we made it like an acronym, so it's like quality yields our richest key.
Whoa!
Yes.
You put your quality in everything that you do. Tapos, you know, the results will happen.
Exactly.
Doors will open. Yeah,
Exactly. And that's always been the main motto, you know, like you put quality, you put excellence on it, and then it's gonna just lead you to other doors of opportunities where you can just rock it and then, you know, promote your music and stuff. Yeah, it's the same thing with dancing. Like if you're mediocre, then nothing's gonna happen to you. And here in Dubai, it's always been competitive, bro. Like I compete with other nationalities too, you know. And as a Filipino, imagine you're already being like, you know, the way they choose, like, where are you from? You're Filipino? You're already a second-class citizen.
Yeah.
When it comes to shows, I kind of look like this. Crazy. I never, from that moment in my init, bro, I never cut my hair, by the way.
Still?
Never since, bro. Like, seriously, that's why it's like this long now. It used to be round, but I cannot maintain it. It's so hard, bro. Just keep it growing. So, yeah, man. But, bro, I'm so happy that you were telling us this, because now I'm like, wow, man. And then when did you actually guys travel to the Philippines? So
that's
when was that? When it happened?
That was around 2007, 2008. I think we visited the Philippines. Tapos lumibas sa Pilipinas 2009.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So before that, so you gotta understand, we were in New York until like 2002. No, actually 2004. Sorry, 2004.
Okay.
2004, 2005. And then tapos first we moved to LA. So LA was yung unang journey. So what happened was
the place to be,
we put all our music online. Tapos in New York, it felt medyo like super crowded. Like it felt like parang we reached our ceiling. Like we already toured the East Coast. We from all the way to Florida to Boston. You know, we were doing shows, but it was always like super crowded. Tapos like how you're talking about, like, you know, especially us as Filipinos at that time or Asians. The discrimination was a little more back then. You know? No, me growing up, I used to get into so many fights because people would be like, "Oh, you know,
he's Asian."
People trying to pick on you,
stuff.
Bullying you, you know, like bullies. I got so many bully stories, but if you know, we don't have to talk about that. So after that, we put our music online. Tapos we started getting like fans from LA, and they were like, "Hey, you guys should come out here." My producers, some promoters were like, "Yeah." So we said, "Okay, so let's try it." So I work at that time. I was working. I think I was working at Rockefeller Center. Yeah, I was working at a restaurant, and I saved enough money. Tapos we bought a ticket. We visited LA, and then we stayed for like 6 weeks. 6 weeks, I think, and then tapos we went back, and then me and Flav spoke. We said, "Yeah, you want to move? Let's go for it." And see, Flav was like, "Okay, game." So we sold everything we had, or most of it. We rented a truck. Tapos we drove all the way across the country.
Damn!
Proper road tripping, you know?
Really? What were you thinking, man?
For me, it was
that's like, bro, risk.
If we're gonna do it, we're gonna, you know. I was like, if we're gonna do it, let's go all out. I mean,
all out.
Because I mean, what I learned from that is, like, you know, we didn't have a plan B, so it forced us to evolve, diba? It forced us to grow. Cause when your back's against the wall, you know, and you cannot run away from it, you have to fight it. So we went to LA. We moved into a studio apartment. Sobrang maliit, mga just like 1 room, 2 futons, and a closet, and we made the booth the closet, and we would just, you know, make music. Almost went broke a few times, but I just got blessed. But in terms of like what LA taught me was I get to get business minded. Because at that time, in order to survive, what we did is we didn't want, that time it was CDs, so we didn't want to pay other people to make our CDs. So bumili namin isang CD tower tsaka isang CD printer, diba? And then we would just mga press lahat mga yung CDs namin, tapos we just started selling it to other people. And then, you know, we got lucky kasi we knew Ron Artest, Meta World Peace from Queens, New York. So he said, "Oh, you're making CDs now?"
Wow.
He's like, "I need like 50,000." Boom. And then we, you know, then all of a sudden our the business started rolling. Tapos we started making CDs for Power 106, for like a lot of the major people, because they heard that we worked with Ron. So that became our business. And we would just make music every day. And, you know, we would just make music and, you know, get into some trouble. You know, but we were just making music, you know. And but for me, if I look back at then, I was kind of getting lost in the fire, getting lost in the game, because I didn't know what I was doing anymore. You know, it was just kind of like partying a lot, you know, whatever, you know, just
we always go through that, bro.
Yeah, because you're in the limelight, right?
Yeah. I was just
That's
going.
how we learn.
Yeah, I was just going through all that. Tapos I started performing at Filipino festivals here dito sa LA. And,
There's a lot of Filipinos there.
Yeah, and here, this is a true story, you know, just to give some light to people.
I would love to hear it, bro.
I used to, back in all those times, I would be drunk at every show. I'd be bent at every show or whatever. I'll be on something every single show. But I came to a realization when I started performing at these Filipino events. We would perform like at FPAC, Lotus Festival. I remember there was a mom and her kid was there, and when she saw me, she like hit her kids, diba? And you know, and I would curse all the time. So after that, I had a revelation. I said, I'm not gonna curse anymore, and I'm not gonna be drunk anymore at shows. You know, it just, so those things kind of hit you. And then from there, I started getting more involved with the Filipino community here. So then I got connected to Gawad Kalinga through my friend. She was managing me, basically booking us shows in the festivals here in California. So I connected with Gawad Kalinga. Then I met Tony Maloto, the founder, and then he started talking to me at the Philippines, because what he would do is he would give his speeches to fundraise. Tapos I would freestyle after he gives his speech, and it'd be kind of like that. And he was like, "Hey, you're helping me out, so you know, Noah, you're very bright." I didn't think you were that bright, you know. He's like, "I'm just kidding," but you know, you have a gift. You should go back to the Philippines. You should go back to your motherland.
So the offers
this
came in.
Was planted. Pero me and Flav were like, "Should we go to the Philippines? Yo, we're gonna get robbed." You know, because that's what your parents tell you. You're gonna get kidnapped. Say Inglesero, you speak English, you're gonna, you know,
it's like this, like that in the Philippines.
Be careful.
Yeah,
yun. So it became that, and then after that, Joanne, which is actually her birthday today, so happy birthday to Joanne.
Happy birthday, Joanne.
So what happened after that was she said, "Hey, there's these Filipino dancers here. You should meet them. You got to see them. They're the real deal." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, let's go." And I remember when I first saw the Philippine All-Stars dance, they brought us to like a hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, to them. And I was like,
oh, geez.
Me and Flav saw them. I was like, "Oh, shoot. Yo, I never saw that before. Like, grabe, the way they were dancing. It's like, I got goosebumps."
Yeah.
And then, so true story. After that, she's like, "I'm going to introduce you to them. I'm going to take you to their hotel." So I thought like, you know, they're big celebrities. They're staying like in like, you know, an expensive hotel. But we end up going to a Motel 6. So we go in a Motel 6, go inside the room, and there's like mga 14 of them. Isang room. Somebody's sleeping in the bathtub, somebody's sleeping on. And for me, I respected that because I used to do that. When we used to tour, we used to tour as well too, in the East Coast and West Coast. We would do the same thing. There'd be like 10 of us, for, you know, whatever, just to get by. So I respected that. I was like, oh, these guys are humble too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they said, "Oh, I heard you rap." So same thing again. I got put on the spot. Say, "Oh, Noah, rap for them." All right, whatever. So I just did my thing, and they were like, "Oh, you're pretty good. You're pretty good." then all of a sudden, like Ken,
Yep.
Cello, all of them were like, "Hey, we make music too. Maybe we should work together."
Exactly.
And then we made that song "Caught Up," right? And then it did well. And then my Enid was actually born. We were one of the donors, or one. I think he was one of the chairmen on Gawat Kalinga. He had like a pool party, and I emceed and C Flav DJ. And it was sobrang mainit that day. It was super hot, and I didn't speak any Tagalog, so I was like, how do you say hot in Tagalog? They're like mainit. So then Flav puts on a beat, and I'm just like mainit. And then that's how that song was born. And then,
that's the first time I've heard that.
And then we recorded the song, and with C Ken and C Cello, and we produced it actually in this house that I'm in right now, and yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then it just happened like that. And then next thing you know, it's because now we knew somebody in the Philippines. We're like, if they were like, "Sige, let's check it out." So we checked it out. Then after that, we're like, we had the CD business. I came back. I ran the CD business for like a year. I saved a good amount of money. I saved because I just didn't go out, and I was just saving money. And then we just moved to the Philippines. And that was it. That was 2009. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. 2009.
Yeah, 2009.
So that was the trigger point of your business and your music career. Like, you made it a little bit, well, I'd say huge na talaga. Kasi the offers came in, and I remember when I was back then when I was in the Philippines. Bro, CL, I saw him. I saw them performed live. I think that was in 2014 when Bone Thugs came in the Philippines, and they were performing with Roxanne Barcelo, and that was in Samsung Hall.
That's big.
Yeah, bro. I was there because
oh, word. Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah. So I'm just man,
I think I missed that.
I'm literally like beside Roxanne Barcelo at that time, and then and they were like, siguro mga 5-7 seats yung pagitan namin. Nandun sila, kasama ko sila sa isang lane, and I'm like, damn, kasama ko sila dito. Napakalupit ng ginawa nyo doon, bro. If you remember it, yeah. That was Urban Music Awards, yeah?
Yeah, Urban Music Awards. I remember that. I think we won something that day, but I don't remember.
Wow, that's amazing. Because after Mainit, what are the next songs that you actually guys have played?
After that well, we made tons of songs, but I mean, after that, in terms of that
what
era,
are the hits? Like the hits, like the totally rich,
It's Iba, because I mean, I'll explain to you my philosophy, but there has been, pero I mean, after that was Time to Shine with Gawat Kalinga. That did well as well too, and that was one of my dreams come true. We shot a music video in a GK village with all the kids and everything.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, and it was actually a theme song for Gawat Kalinga. So for me, that was like an honor, because Gawat Kalinga, things kind of came full circle, right? And after that, we had a few songs. I remember, we did some stuff with Young JV. We had Artista with Danny Boy. You went through a whole metamorphosis, though. I mean, if you ask me, I mean, a lot of that, after that, I think we did the Q York City album. And this was when just me and Flav went back together. And then that's when we signed a deal with JR, right? Wow. JR just started his new record label.
Yeah, I kind of remember this.
Right? And then he, it was random, because I would always see him at just at concerts, at shows, and we would just talk. Then he's like, hey, I'm starting a record label. And I'm like, okay, okay. And then he's like, I want you guys to be the first act. And then so we signed with JR. We did the Q York City album, and then we had Yoy, which I think did pretty well. So we had a few good songs on that. I mean, we were doing our thing. And then after that, the next album was Q Labo Nation. So that album for me was really starting of my growth as let's say a songwriter. Because we started collaborating. We collaborated with Yeng Constantino, Hindi Ka Nag-Isa, which that song did really well too.
Nice.
We collaborated with like Sponge Cola, with Ogie Alcacid. I mean, we collaborated with a lot of different celebrities and artists that are not like, we were trying to expand the boundaries, I think, of hip hop at that time. And who else did we collaborate? I mean, with Roxy, we collaborated with Jay Durias. I mean, with Quest, Marami on that album, because the whole concept was, collaborating and building with different artists. And then, but the funny thing was, through all of that, we were doing pretty good, but I can't say I made the best business decisions at that time, as maybe I just didn't make the right choices in terms of how to handle my business. So after that, Q-Labo Nation, we did a second Q-Labo Nation, a part 2 to that, which was just more collaborations. Like we had Salbakuta and a lot of different artists. I think we had we did something with Abra and LDP. And Ron Henley, all those guys. And
all these are like battle rappers, right? Like most of them.
Battle MCs.
I mean, the hip hop scene. I mean, now hip hop I know is really exploding in the Philippines.
Yeah, it is, man. It is.
And it's more mainstream now. But during that time, it was like, the hunger. People are just trying to, we're trying to make a name. And for me, then what happened was, I had a daughter. So the money became a little different now. Diba? Iba yung responsibilidad. So
exactly.
Yes, true.
So a lot of, I would talk to producers. I had a lot of producers like Marcus Davis, JR, all those guys here, they're my friends. And then I'm like, I got to make money because I don't know what I'm going to do now. You know what I mean? And
true.
So I actually, I brought my daughter back to LA. Then I went back to the Philippines, and I kid you not, I only had $200 in my pocket, and I didn't have a place to stay.
Wow.
I was staying in Lema's spare room for about 5 months. Yeah, and it was kind of trippy because our songs were on the radio, and it was like, all right, our songs are on the radio, but what's going on?
Make money,
right?
Where's the royalties?
Exactly, man.
What's going on? Because people look at you like you're successful, but it just, but then I could say I also made some bad choices. That's all I'll say on that. But after that, this was when Marcus, JR, even see Chris Lawrence, all those guys were like, we might not be able to always get you work as a rapper, but if you can write songs, we can try to get you work. So I started just trying to teach myself how to write songs. I'm not a singer, but I hung out with singers and I could vibe with them. But I would never call myself like a singer because I know what real singers are like. But I can carry a tune, I can do my thing. So I just started writing songs, and then eventually I started getting better. And then JR was like, hey, you know what? Your stuff is dope. So he gave me a songwriting contract. I was doing, I got some songs placed. I started getting things, I was able to write songs for C. Francis Slim, MMJK. I wrote songs for JR, for Chris Lawrence. I mean, I was able to write for, some pretty good artists. And then, so I think 2014 was the year when things started to turn. But it was weird because at that time, so you guys are getting all the story now. Sorry if I just keep talking.
No problem, man. No problem.
I was working because I couldn't make ends meet, so I was working as an English teacher, so a call center for about 2 years.
So you were a trainer.
Basically I was teaching Koreans, English, Koreans and Japanese. But you're doing it virtually, right? So it was 2014. This was the year when I told you I didn't have any money, whatever, and I came back. I was staying in Lemas. That year we made a huge run. We won an Award Award. We won KBP Pop Festival. We did the Boy Pickup movie.
Boy
And
Pickup.
then, and to cap it off, the end of the year, we were top 12 in the country for Fil-Pop. And I wanted to win so badly, because it was Iba, because we're coming in with a hip hop song, fully English, right? You know what I mean?
Totally
So
different, you know.
Yeah, totally different than from. But it was, you know, and me, everybody's, you know, you're gonna win, man, because nobody's on. And I wanted to win, not because it was like I thought I was, you know, that we're the best. I just wanted to win because I was like, I need that money so I can just, you know, go back on this path, because, you know, it was killing me. You know, I was working a 10-hour job and I was still doing shows afterwards and then just doing it again every single day. So, Yun, whatever. We didn't. Turns out we didn't win, and they, you know, they took a picture of me at the end. I looked like such a sore loser because they put a billboard up, and then my face was like, I was so, you know, mad, but I wasn't mad because I was a sore loser. I was just mad because I was like, man, this would have, you know, changed my life right now. But God works in mysterious ways. Diba?
Amen.
Of course.
So,
amen.
After that, you know, because I started feeling like everybody was trying to make me masa, or trying to make me, you got to sound like this. You got to be like this if you want to make it. You got to be like this. That's all I would hear. So one of the organizers, shout out to Patricia Hezon, the wife of Vince Hezon.
Yep.
You know, the PBA legend. So she says, hey, because she knows we used to play basketball. You know, we would play pickup ball. We would play, you know, teams. We had Team Sunday, ganon lang. She's like, they have this basketball tournament coming to town. Would you want to MC and DJ? Because I used to MC in the clubs too. That was one of my side hustles. And I'm like, sure. Sige, let's do it. I mean, I never did it before, but I was like, I know basketball and I know I can command the mic. So sige, we do it. And, you know, they just tell me everything, like right before, 10 minutes before, they just tell me the rules, blah, 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 just go. And I just freestyle the whole thing. I freestyle the whole event. And, you know, I just made it up as I went along. And, you know, whenever there's dead air, hype the crowd, or I'll just perform whatever they need. I'm just ready to go. Hey. And after that, I didn't think anything of it. And by the way, we won the celebrity 3x3.
3x3.
We won the championship. But anyways, so after the event, you know, these two European guys come up to me. They're really good friends of mine now, Ignacio and Ignacio and Julian. They come up to me and they say, hey, we kind of like you, man. Can we get your number? Maybe we'll give you a call. You know, we could maybe use you on some of our, you know, at one of our events. It's like, okay. So next thing you know, boom, they booked me for Sendai, Japan, which was like, I mean, you know,
you will never know who's in the audience, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They say
you just have to kill it, and then the next thing you know, you get booked on other opportunities.
Yeah,
exactly.
To Sendai, Japan.
Exactly.
But for me, I think it was a test because they wanted to see, like, all right, he could do his thing in Manila, because I mean, that's his home, right? That's his home court, so it's gonna be easy for can he do it in Japan? So I go to Japan, I do the same exact thing. You know, they're like, wow, you're really good. And then after that, they're like, boom, we want to bring you on the whole world tour with us. And ever since then, 2014 until now, like, I've been on a world tour with them every single, you know, I do like at least 10 to 20 cities a year.
So what event is this again, bro?
FIBA 3x3.
FIBA.
This one. You're talking about the FIBA now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you see me, you know, because
keep it up, like, man.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. God
Global,
works in
man.
mysterious ways. Because for me, it was like, I grew up loving basketball and loving hip hop, right? You know, that's how I grew up. And actually, minsan, I always felt like it was a curse. Like, why do I love hip hop and why do I love basketball? Because I never made any money off basketball, and I know so much about basketball. And, you know, music has always been like this. It's never like, you know, and yun. And then after that, it was like, boom, I just fit like a hand in a glove. And then, you know, I start touring, and then I start getting booked for other tournaments. I'm working for, you know, I'm even going beyond, like doing stuff for CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association. I did Under Armour when Steph Curry came to Manila. So I mean, I started just, you know, doing a lot of different things. And so it just started making sense. All right, basketball and music. So it's kind of like, I guess the moral of the story is, you know, don't be afraid to love what you already love, because you're not really creating, you know, we're not really creating ourselves. This is to anybody watching. You're just on a journey to really discover yourself, because you're not really creating anything, because you are already who you are, but you just have to keep peeling back those layers, because the world's going to tell you, nah, that ain't who you are. That ain't what it
Exactly.
is.
Alright.
This is what it is. And
Word
you just
up.
have to keep peeling those layers back, and then you realize, because say for me, like I went broke probably about 3 times. I was like a nomad so many times, and I wanted to give up so many times. I remember, you know, even after my In It, Kris, you know, I mean, I remember staying at, this is when I was staying at Lemma's, and I just look in the mirror, I was like, am I freaking crazy? I say, God, why am I doing this to myself? You know, I could just go a different career or do something else. But my problem was every time I try to do something else, because
It's kind of pulling you back.
Other jobs.
No? The music is
It pulls me back, and I can't focus anymore on that job. You know, and it just becomes to the point either it pulls me back or I get fired, or I'm just like, man, I hate this. You know, so
Yeah.
you know, and that's the story how I got linked up with FIBA. And then in terms of music, you know, I mean, I'm just constantly making music.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just like, you know,
Now you got time to do everything now, because now
yeah.
now there's like a sense of direction with what you do now. Like like with all the experiences from before, from the past, now like now I'm gonna do FIBA, now I'm gonna do keep on making music and stuff. So like, bro, this is all like really inspiring to me as well, because right now with the whole pandemic situation and like a lot of DJs, artists, musicians, name it, bro, they're like
the
all
entertainment
struggling
industry.
right now with this whole thing. Like, how can we move forward, right?
Yeah.
So like, man, I really wish like, you know, we can all like just go back to the hustle, the side of it. 'Cause we all miss the live entertainment, and of course FIBA is all about live interactions with the audiences too.
Yeah.
So you have a basketball tournament, and then you got the audience, right? Like I don't know, like how is FIBA happening now? Like what's your like next like projects? Like which city you gonna be on? Or like country?
Well, I don't know yet. Because it just all depends on what happens.
Okay.
It might be Mongolia. It might be China. I don't know yet. I mean, I've had it
somewhere in the Southeast Asia, right? Because
a lot of times in Asia, Minsan, I'm in the Minsan. I'm also. I mean, I hear the Middle East, but I think Middle East is next.
Bro,
year.
I really wish Dubai.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I mean, I've been to,
for real.
yeah, I've been to Qatar.
Me too.
I've been to Abu Dhabi, and there was another city I've been to.
Abu Dhabi,
You were
really?
here.
Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and I've been to Kuwait, but that was for a concert. And then I've been to, oh man, this is Jeddah. I've been to Jeddah.
KSA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
hopefully Dubai soon, bro. If it's not 2020, then 2021 or the
Sana.
coming years.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah, so bago tayo magtuloy sa questions natin kay Knowa. So I'm just gonna be playing one of his music videos. Okay lang ba? Break lang tayo saglit. Ipakita muna natin tong isang clip ni isang music video ni Knowa. So the title of this song is Truth. Personally, I really like this. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Let's play this. So later na yung isa. So let's start on this Truth. So ladies and gentlemen, pakinggan nyo muna to kung ano pa yung mga bagong ni-release ni Knowa. So just to give you an idea. Play natin to.
Sure.
She got a way about her that makes me feel like I'm brand new. She got a way about her that makes me feel like I can do anything's possible for you. I feel unstoppable with you, and that's the truth. She got a way about her. She got a way She got a way about her that got me lost in the words to say. I'm hypnotized by my view. Everything's changed since I found you, and that's the truth. She got away. She got away. She got away. She got away without her. I just can't live. I just can't live without you. And that's the truth. That's the truth, my baby. I never knew it could feel like this. This is as real as it gets. Touching and feeling you next to me, it just released my stress, caressing your face. As I look into your eyes, the fire, it takes me higher than satellites in the sky. Time, it just passes by faster when I have you by my side. I must be the luckiest man alive in the world. I have you as my girl. What did I do to deserve you? Baby, that's the truth. Your love is like a river, ooh, that keeps flowing into my heart, into my heart. You're the most beautiful, you're the most beautiful girl in the world, girl in the world. And that's the truth, that's the truth, my baby. That's the truth. She got away. She got away. She got away. She got away. I just can't live without you. And that's the truth. That's the truth.
Bro, personally, I really like that song,
Oh,
man.
thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Solid nun,
Yeah.
solid nun, man. Ang solid nun. Kaya gusto ko talaga siyang i-play.
I got a story about that song.
Yeah, what was the song about, man?
No, actually, it was for it was I think I don't know what year, but it was for Phil Pop, about, because I was really trying to expand my pop stuff, so it went to Phil Pop, and it made the final 30, I think.
Okay.
And then it made the cut before the last cut, so it didn't end up I guess making the final. And Jonathan Manalo hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, I like your song. Maybe we could pitch it or something if you want." And I was like, "Nah, I'll just sing it, man." I was like, it's easy. I mean, the melody's not too crazy, right? So it's like, I'll just sing it. And yeah, then that record actually got released under Star Records. So
yeah.
Jonathan Manalo is like a famous lyricist or something, or composer.
Producer,
man.
composer.
Yeah. He does. Yeah, he does write a lot of songs. Yeah.
And true story, I performed that. I think last year they had a Fil-Am beauty competition here, like Miss Philippines USA or something.
Miss Earth.
And I sang that song there, and I was so nervous. I was like, "Freak, I don't ever want to be a singer, man." Like a singer like that, I was so nervous. I was like stretching my voice for like an hour. I was like, "Man, this is stressful." I just want let me just rap, and I'll do a little singing.
That's not you, man. But pero pare, ang solid nun eh. I mean, I really liked it. I've been playing that for quite some time now. So kaya
Salamat, man. I mean, I wrote it. I envisioned like a wedding song. I was like, I've never written like a wedding song like that, like an island wedding song. So that was kind of like the zone I was trying to put myself
like Hawaii,
in. Like, yeah,
may
Hawaii.
Medyo
May
touch siya ng ganun.
Yeah, putting like like a little like almost like 50s feel, like 50s, 60s, like Earth Angel kind of thing. Really simple lyrics, but with deep meaning. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
I
what
might
I
have it
thought.
played on when I'm gonna get married, bro. Don't worry.
Let's do it.
When
So
I want to get married,
who's the lucky lady?
bro.
or is it lucky ladies? Oh, sorry.
She's gonna be a surprise, bro.
But bro, napansin ko lang sa music videos nyo. Well, kahit nung ever since sa mainit pa lang, and dito sa Truth, I mean, yung sino yung ikaw din ba yung nagde-direct ng ng music videos or
yeah, hindi ako mag-direct. It's more so this is what I guess, I'll just bring it back a little bit to exactly how it's happening now. During the time after, let's say, Mainit and after all those I realized the power of video, right? So it actually just happened where, because we've always been independent. Even when we're JR, we're still independent. We would just produce all our own music videos. In a way, I ended up learning how to become like, I guess, a line producer is what you call it, where like I'll just bring people together. I'll bring in like sponsors for shirts. We just talk to people and you just assemble it. And we just started getting really good at it. And then it got to the point now where, not just in terms of being, let's say, the artist, but, I have an understanding of it. And then I actually ended up starting a media company doing in the Philippines. So now, I have all the equipment. So I'm free to shoot whenever I want. And then, and I'm also able, I guess there's that thing, I don't know if you guys believe in this, but you just put that energy out there. Like, you put that quality, that real energy out. Like, let's make something happen. You just give your all, do your best every single time. And you attract those people, because the director of this, his name is Jeff Toledo. He has a company, Perspective Studios of Truth. And it's a crazy story, because, when we used to tour with JR in the Philippines, and we would do shows, he was a drummer in the band. So he was a drummer. Then he moved to Canada, and then we just kept in touch. And he's like, "Hey man, I'm still watching what you're doing. I want to do a video for you." And so I said, "You know what? You want to do a video?" And then so he's like, "I just believe in what you're doing. I want to help you out." So I just said, "All right." So I just flew him out from Canada to LA, and I just took care of him when he was here. And he was like, "Yo, let's just shoot." So it's kind of like you just. Miracles happen all the time. Like, you don't know how it's gonna happen. And I mean, I think you just put that energy out, and you'll just find that I don't even think it's finding them, right? You guys just find each other. Yep. And just attract it, right? So like me being here, but hold on, I mean, it's true. Yeah.
Bro, you never know. Someone's gonna watch this on the live, and then the next thing you know, you get an opportunity in Dubai.
Exactly.
Bro, I'm claiming it now. I want to see you, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's see what we can do.
You already got dancers here, bro. I'll take care of the dancers.
Let's go. Let's go.
We're doing international.
We're gonna do a hype set, man. Let's go.
I just remembered.
This is the whole purpose of the podcast, bro, so to have you and then to have you here, hopefully.
I'd love to be there, man. I'd love to be there.
Tayo natin yan.
I love traveling, man. I love traveling.
Exactly. Kaya ako natanong to dito sa kung sino man nag-direct nung mga music videos nyo. I mean, I remember one of our big brothers, Picasso. It's not like, the typical Filipino music video na yung parang alam mo yun, may isang background lang, and then they're gonna be posting whatever. And then dito may kwento yung lahat ng music videos na napanood ko dun sa YouTube channel mo, Knowa. I've noticed na grabe solid yung mga music videos nyo ever since.
Salamat bro.
No?
Salamat bro.
I mean,
yeah, thank you.
Quality talaga, di ba pare? Yung
quality, man.
At saka hindi siya yung typical music video na Pilipino na alam mo yun, basta iba. I'm a fan.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I mean for me, I think it's just in terms of my style, let's say, even as an artist, or even in the way that in a lot of things I do, I think I'm just a storyteller. Diba? So yes. I mean, when I'm just telling stories. So that's one of the things that I've been learning more, like, talents, they can, I wouldn't just say talent, but maybe even skills or things that you've acquired after, a lot of practice and everything. They can translate into other things as well too, because, para sa akin, when I'm writing a song, I'm thinking of a story, And then, you know, and it was funny because with Jeff, all right, so I'll just break down that music video. Lahat mga yung B-rolls of his, those B-rolls of weddings are actual weddings, real weddings that he shot. Kasi that's his like day job. You know, he shoots weddings and he shoots them in cinematic style. So ako, when I wrote that song, I said, hey, you already have B-roll footage. Let's just write letters to lahat mga yung couples. So that's what we did. We wrote letters to them saying, hey, we would like to use your footage from your wedding in our music video, and it'll, you know, we're gonna release it. And they had to sign off on it, and then we just shot my performance. And yun lang. And then you know, the girl Mary that's in the video, I just met her randomly. You know, we were like, we need to find the lead. And I was my friend over here, dito sa LA. He's a manager of a beauty and aesthetic clinic, and she just happened to be there. And she was cool, and I was like, "Hey, you know what? You want to be in a music video?" Like, yeah, I'd love to. Then boom. So you know, you never. It's just. It's like, you know, you just gotta ask sometimes, and you know, but you know, you never asking parang like a, you know, you just be casual, like, "Hey, would you, you know, I think it'll be fun." And yeah, okay, yeah, and yeah. So,
where does your influence come from? No, matanong ko lang.
Yeah, this one I wanna know, man.
Yeah.
In terms of artists, I mean,
kasi pare ginagawa niya lahat eh, di ba? He's producing his kung ano-anong music videos, and then he's you know, songwriting. I don't know. Lahat, total package siya, pare.
I would think overall, if you're talking about like yung philosophy ko is more like, probably like Bruce Lee. Right, like that was one of my idols growing up, right? Because Bruce Lee, he invented his own martial art, Jeet Kune Do, by incorporating all the other martial arts, right? Like, let me take this from Kung Fu. This works here. This works in Judo. This works in boxing. You know, this works in kickboxing, and then he customized it to what works for him. So, I mean, I would think that might be my overall philosophy, right? But in terms of, like, let's say lyricism, you know, I just try to grab from different things. See, that is on, like, lyricism, I would say Nas. I would say, probably Eminem. In terms of flow, I would say like Jay-Z. You know, I come from that era, the golden era of, I guess, the 90s, right, of hip hop. Big Pun. I mean, and there's so many. Then Tupac in the form of emotion, and you know, and especially now, I mean, I listen to all the people now. I can't say I like them all, right? Of course, you know, but I listen because, you know, hip hop and music, it's for the kids, diba? So, and if you're gonna make a change or impact in the world, you still have to be able to relate and be relevant, right? So, yun lang. So I listen to it just to understand where they're coming from, and I just try to grab pieces from that as well too. Like, had to be, you know, some artists that people be like, you know, the hip hop purists, but I'll listen to anybody, and you know, and I think one person too that I like. I mean, let's say how, like, game changers, right? Like, Jay-Z changed the game in terms of what he's been able to accomplish as a businessman. And then, you know, I mean, of course, I'm talking about international acts, but if we go local, I mean, of course, you got to give love to, like, see Francis M. I mean, you know, the voice, the mouth of the Manila, the mouth of the Philippines, the man from Manila. I mean, Glock. I mean, of course, that era, and, you know, a lot of new cats now. I mean, you know, they kind of like paved the way. And, you know, and I like to think that I helped pave the way in some way too, if so, whatever. But it's just really studying. It's almost like, you know, it's like sports. Let's just bring it to basketball, right? Before, everybody used to play tough defense. You know, it's all about driving. The big man just stayed in this key, shot hook shots, backs, you know, the guy down. They're slow, and now the game has evolved. So if you still want to survive, you have to learn how to shoot.
You have to shoot three.
You have to play a different. You have to play a different style. So that's basically. But you're still playing the game of basketball. So that's, for me, it's like parang the same thing. It's kind of like a sport in that way, right? You have, in order to compete, in order to be able to do it, you still have to play the style of the game that's being played today. You can't just say, I'm gonna play it my way, and then, you know, you might find yourself out of the league.
True.
That's true.
So, yeah, and it just keep growing. I think it's always trying to be better, and not being afraid to go beyond your own boundaries, right? Like, oh nah, you know, because when I first started, I was like, nah, I just rap. I'm not gonna try to sing. I'm not gonna try to do this. But then as necessity comes and as time goes, you're like, ain't nobody gonna do it. Shoot, I can do it. And now it's actually a little easier for me because I don't always have to wait to get a singer for a hook. I mean, I love singers, but it means it's a little harder. You got to reach out to somebody. You got to do. I mean, of course, I still do that, but then at least I have my own things too that I have control over. Diba? Like I can just do it this way or this one. Going along. So it's good to have that outlet as well too, where you're like, oh, sige, I can stand on my own too.
Solid, no?
But bro, like imagine Kanye West and Snoop Dogg going gospel.
Kanye was one too.
Yeah, Kanye.
Man, I mean, you're talking about going out of boundaries, and wow, these two legends are like, boom, suddenly a reggae album, and
reggae,
that is crazy, bro. But because they already tired of the whole rap genre, so they want to just. Let's try this.
Let's push the boundaries, man. Push the boundaries. Because the thing is, I think that's the beautiful thing about hip hop is, you could be in a suit, you could be whatever you're gonna be. You know what I mean? You could be an astronaut, you could be a fisherman, you could be a billionaire.
Whatever.
You could be a pilot. But if you're hip hop, you're hip hop.
Exactly.
It's like it transcends into everything. Yeah,
true.
Do you have do you have anyone that you consider as a mentor, or has how has their help or advice shaped you, if there's any?
Wow. Honestly, I would just say my family, like my mom, my dad, my uncles growing up, like just seeing how hard my mom works, and knowing what they came from, diba? Because they immigrated from the Philippines to the U.S., and they were like, not doing well at all, so to see how hard they worked, my uncle is training me when I was growing up, never give up. You got to fight. You got to stand up. If you want to do something, nobody's going to give it to you. I mean, it sounds cliche, but those things, they stick with you. And, so I would say, family. And then I would say, I've also had help from a lot of friends along the way that maybe they weren't necessarily my mentor, but people that helped guide me to different things, whether it be good or bad. Because, there's been some really good things or great things. There's also been bad things, but at the end of the day, everything has really been a lesson, diba? So it's like it makes you more prepared for now and moving forward. So yeah, but I mean, I would say family, man. I mean, I think
family.
Yeah, that's what I try to give my daughter. So yeah,
yeah, exactly. Family is on top priority all the time.
But what would be your dream collaboration with any rapper or producer?
Man,
like a dream,
Well, in Philippines, of course, I've been wanting to do a song with Gary V and Sarah G.
Okay.
But let's see, I don't know. I mean, I've had conversations with them, but but in terms of, we're talking like international hip hop world, I mean, of course it gotta be like, to me, my idols like Nas, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, I mean, whatever, like it just to see, I wanna, if I can hang, you know what I mean? I mean,
why not? Yeah,
why not?
Like get down, so I mean, I think that would be, I mean,
Empire State.
J. Cole. I mean, I'm a lyricist at heart, so anybody who's saying some real facts, talking the truth, I mean, I'm with it. And a lot of those guys, I mean, the guys that I mentioned, I mean, those I would say like, I'd love to do a song with them, God willing,
Yo, bro, God willing, I can Eddie Cole, because they were here in Dubai last time, and Eddie Cole was the lyricist of Nas when they were performing 12 Week 3, and I back him up here last year when Wu-Tang Clan was here.
Yo, Nas, and he's from Queens,
bro,
man.
You're like 6 degrees closer now to Nas.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you know, I've been 1 degree away because, you know, we used to hang with Ron Artest. So Ron Artest used to play our music for him.
Meta World
And
Peace.
then and real talk, you know, I'm not, you know, Nas's top tier, but on the QB 41st Side album, there's a flow, there's a unique flow that I spit that I you know, I'm a Nas, you know, I know all this stuff. Yeah. And it was a flow that I did on one of my records, and Nas did the same flow. So I'm like, I'm not saying he's bad. I mean, I probably bit all of my stuff from him, like, you know what I mean? So, but I'm not saying if he did, he didn't. But, you know, there was a striking result on a QB 41st Side album. I forgot the name of the song. And I could play you a reference. I think the song that was Blind Fury, the song I did back in the day, my first ever album. And, like, Ron would play the stuff for him because Ron was cool with us. And he's like, yo, Nas liked your stuff. He was like, he's cool. So that was all I got. I was like, man, you gotta hook me up. But, you know, back then I was like probably like
kinilig ka, no?
I probably would have, like, you know, I don't, you know what I mean? I wasn't on that level, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah. But it was like 2 bars.
Hopefully, let's see.
Pero pare, di ba? I mean, Filipino, I mean, collaborating with Nas, it's like,
that's gonna be the first ever
para hindi malabo.
That would be, you know, I mean, I did a collab back in the day with Cannabis. But this was already when, you know, this was after the LL beef, and, you know, there's a lot of drama with him. And I did something with Allure as well too. They're from Queensbridge, that R&B group. And yeah, so I mean, I've worked with some cats, but, you know, but to me, like, Nas is like,
it's different.
That's top tier. That's, you know, that's like.
Yeah. A real OG in the hip hop scene, for real.
Of course,
still,
man.
Still relevant.
B-boys dance on his song too, so
yeah.
You know?
And it inspires me because, you know, they're aging with grace and they're still relevant. So for me, it's like, all right, that's you know, I ain't no spring chicken anymore either. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that's kind of like how I look at it in some way, a blueprint in terms of an artist and in terms of, you know, aging with grace.
Wow, word up, bro, word up. Man.
Eto, pero if you were not a musician, you know, what would you have been? Or well, let's say, like what you mentioned, you were playing basketball before, right?
I don't know. I mean, what would I have been? I think I would have probably gone into business. I mean, that's just what I think. Business or science, man. I'm a big like, I'm so into science, like science fiction. I'm into, like, you know, like that crazy future, you know, looking at the stars, all that kind of stuff, you know, breaking things down, you know. But yeah, I think it would have been business or something like that, maybe. But honestly, I don't know, because this is all I've ever done. And, you know, true story, when I was 17, you know, I was such a cocky freaking New York kid, right? And I would play, you know, this is when I was playing high school ball, and I would play like in these, they had Filipino basketball tournaments back then. And, you know, I would play against, you know, I would travel too. I'd play in New Jersey, Chicago, you know, I was with a traveling team. And one tournament, I had this one tournament, man. My team wasn't good, but I was killing it. And I just remember, like, I you know, I was making people fall. You know, I wish we had like cameras back then. You know,
to my loop.
I made this, yeah. I mean, because I was quick. I was super quick. And, you know, I had a pretty good crossover. And one of the coaches was like, "Hey, do you want to play basketball in the Philippines?" You know, but I was like a 17-year-old. You know, it's like, you can, you know, we pay you to play college ball there. So if you want to come. You know, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna make the NBA. And then until I started getting dunked on, and then I was like, oh shoot, I should have said yes, but it is what it is.
Interesting story, man.
I don't think I would have survived if I went to the Philippines at that time, because just my mindset was not good. You know, it took LA to kind of like chill us out, me and Flav, because, you know, when you grow up in New York, especially during those times, it's like you got to be very guarded. You don't smile at people. You know, you're always like, looking around. You know, you're always ice grilling. You know, and kind of like your attitude, you feel like, you know, that's just the city. Like you feel like, you know, New York is the center of the world.
New York.
I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's just how it is and how it was. That's the energy. And so when we came to LA, that was when we're like, oh shoot, people smile and say hi to you. So, you know, it kind of lightened us up a little bit. So it kind of gave us tools to survive in the Philippines, because because, you know, sa Pilipinas, you know, you do whatever, they'll just smile back at you, and then that's it. You know, they're not gonna say anything else. You know.
True, man.
Intindihan niya.
No, it's real like that. It's real like that. You know, you gotta learn how to keep it cool, because it's, you know, it's not like, you know,
When was the last time you were in the Philippines, man?
I was there in March.
Oh, okay. All right.
Actually, February. Sorry,
This year.
February till early March. Yeah,
Okay.
I was there, and I was supposed to go back in April, but you know, the whole COVID thing happened, and you know, my flight got canceled, and then, you know, for me, it just in terms of, you know, I'm still able to, you know, there's a little more freedom here than in terms of, which it can be a bad thing in terms of the numbers, but in terms of still being able to do your thing, where I know Dun sa Pilipinas right now is very strict. Like, you need a pass to go out. You know,
it's really complicated, man.
Yeah, it's very complicated, and it was just like, I don't know what I would do out there right now. You know, if I go back, because it'll just be tough, right? So I decided, you know, I'm just gonna stay here and, you know, be able to build and plan for the rebound. You know.
Alright.
True.
Alright then. So, bago tayo magpatuloy ulit sa questions natin for
Sige.
Knowa. So, gusto ko lang muna i-play yung isang yung latest niya, which is Woke. And hopefully we can do freestyle then. Okay lang ba? Like after this.
Yeah, I can do a freestyle.
All right.
Salamat. Let's go.
So, let's go.
This the only love that I know, yeah. I just can't let my pride go, no. And I stay loyal to my soil. And if you want it, I got something for you. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up now. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up now. Yeah. We swimming in ignorance, a cesspool full of lies and indifference. The truth is scary cause we're limitless. The power of imagination infinite. I'll carry on tradition, I'm a lyricist. Let there be light on the mic like Genesis. And my circle gets smaller the farther I get. We on a different wave if your actions don't match what you said. Full speed ahead, me and my team never break unless we breaking some bread. And if I'm going take it straight to the head. I don't need to chase, I'm chasing dreams instead. This the only love that I know, yeah. I just can't let my pride go, no. And I stay loyal to my soil. And if you want it, I got something for you. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up now. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up now. Check it, yeah. Shades of skin, color, and religions. God is killing each other, but nobody winning. Is this the world we leave for the children? It takes seconds to destroy what we're building. Does it take a common enemy for us to unify? Side by side we stand when there's aliens in the sky. Are we alone? Searching for a new home in the stars cause we destroying our own. I'm in my own zone now. I keep it real all the way to the bone marrow. And the truth hurts so it's hard to tell it to yourself. And the truth is we all need help, yeah. This the only love that I know, yeah. I just can't let my pride go, no. And I stay loyal to my soil. And if you
hate and replace it with love. Let go of what it once was. Let's rise above. Let's rise above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woke.
Because with so much things happening in the world right now, I mean, yeah, we gotta be more loving and kind and compassionate.
Real talk. Take the hate and replace it
song
with
is
love.
really woke.
Man, of course. Solid nun, man. I'm solid nun.
Solid
I'm solid nun.
It makes you, yeah, you know, gives you that. When people listens to it like subliminally, and then they got like, yo, yeah, exactly. We gotta do it, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
there's a lot of clues that you're saying in that songs, bro. In that song, so like, yeah, props to you, bro. We're always
Salamat,
like,
man.
Man, that was dope.
sharing your point of view in your songs, because it's really important that that artists nowadays should be speaking about something like substance in their lyrics, or
Yeah,
like in their videos or whatever, you know, in their songs. Because I think it's high time that people nowadays really need to, you know, like. I mean, mumble raps are like, yeah, Gucci gang, you know. There's no sense right now, bro.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, right?
I
like,
hear you, man.
I mean, you know, back in the days when real rappers are like talking about inequalities and, you know, racial justice and stuff, like I'm happy that like you, a Filipino rapper and who lives in the U.S., who knows what's happening in both countries, and with the whole situation in the pandemic and stuff, and you know, Black Lives Matter and stuff. Like, yeah, I think it's high time that we speak about it. And
Oh yeah, we gotta speak our piece,
inspire the
man.
younger generation too. So yeah, bro,
Yeah, for
props
real,
to
man.
that.
No, thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Solid,
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, I think it was timely for this song, and you know, like I said, the funny thing is you know, this song was written actually, you know, more than a year ago. So it's
Really?
kind of, you know, it kind of, you know, you're talking like that. Yeah, you know, we were just waiting for the right time to release it, because that's, you know, one thing that we've kind of been, you know, focusing on more. It's the timing of songs, right? And we felt like, yeah, this is the right time, man. And you know, everything happens at the right time. So
Very true. Amen to that, bro.
Solid.
It's like a prophetic destiny, whatever.
yeah, I mean, it gives me goosebumps too. Like, you know, when I was writing, I mean, I wasn't thinking this is all gonna happen, but you know, you're just, you know what I mean? So
Solid din. Talagang sakto siya sa panahon ngayon. And to think about it, I mean, this song was written like a year ago. No, diba?
Crazy.
Lupit.
I really hope it touches the.
maybe I shouldn't say that, because you know, people will be like, oh, you already. I should be like, no, I just wrote it. We know I was experiencing everything happening in the world today, and I just wrote it. No, I just.
No one's like Nostradamus now.
But Noah, ito in your experience, like how has the hip hop or rap evolved over time when it comes to you know, changes in style, culture, etc. From decade to decade?
Really, I think it's in the essence. I mean, yeah, it's different, but it's still kind of the same. It's always just, you know, pushing boundaries. And I know, you know, we talk about, you know, that Gucci gang or whatever, but I feel like that's also pushing a boundary. It's like, is this really music or not? Right? But some people it is. And I think, I mean, of course, you know, everybody has their own taste and whatever, but the industry, I mean, if we talk about it in that way too, it's just grown. It's so massive now. You know, hip hop is not, you know, before hip hop was like, you know, we're fighting the revolution. We're trying to make a change and make a difference. Yeah. Now hip hop is pop, right? It is the pop music nowadays. So
exactly.
So in a way, I think in that way, there's a certain edge that's been lost, because it's also like, you know, we're not necessarily, I'm not gonna say everybody, but not everybody's necessarily fighting for something. They're just like, shit, I'm just trying to get paid. You know, I can make a career out of this. You want me to? I'm just gonna do this, and it'll make me money and maybe millions of dollars. Well, why not?
Why not? Let's go.
But you know, I mean, but there's just different reasons why people do things. You know, just like anything, right? Like somebody might want to become president and change the world. Somebody might want to become, you know, president just to be the most powerful person. You know, everybody's intentions are different, and you know, bad things happen to good people, good things happen to bad people. That's just the way it is, you know. So, but you know, and that's what business does to anything. I mean, if you look at it as a business, let's say when one product is selling, right? Let's say it's alcohol, right? It's been selling like crazy. Now all of a sudden everybody sells alcohol, right? That's just how it is. Right? It's in high demand. All of a sudden everybody's a salesman. So it's the same thing with rap. Like, oh, that's what's selling. All of a sudden everybody's gonna rap like that. But that is not necessarily, you know, there's a difference between hip hop and rap, right? So like hip hop is the culture. Yeah. It's that essence of having a deeper purpose to serve your community, right? Yeah. You know, hip hop, you know, I'll quote KRS-One, hip hop, humble, intelligent person helping overcome poverty, right? Yes. So that's the essence of hip hop, right? To be hip is to know, hop is a movement, right? So it's moving with the knowledge. So that's the essence of hip, but not, you know, it's like you don't have to know basketball like some basketball players, if you want to bring it to sports, you know, that don't respect the past players. That's just the, you know, I mean, that's just the way it is, right? So
then
you know, but in the end the real will rise. So that's all.
But how do you see, like, you know, hip hop or let's say rap changing in the near future?
I think it's just going to get bigger. And I think it's just going to bring more people together. I mean, there's so many movements happening now. You know, I mean, you know, I've been able to talk with a lot of different communities, especially Asian. You know, recently I've been getting involved in, like, you know, different Asian communities, whether it be Chinese, Vietnamese, and everybody's just trying to put Asians on the map as a whole. So I think that's and I think that's the next untapped market. It's the last, actually. Right. I mean, whether if we're talking minorities or whatever, I mean, you know, there's been, you know, blacks, African Americans, Africans, whatever, the Latinos. But the thing that we have against us, like you look at Latinos, they all speak Spanish.
Yep.
You know, so it's easier. The thing is with Asians or not, you know, we could break it down. Like Asians were pretty much all the same, but we're just different, right? Like, you look at the Indonesian, you look at a Filipino, it could be the same thing, but our cultures are so different and our languages are different. So we don't really communicate like that. So, but the beauty is, you know, of course we still got to know our roots, but more and more people are speaking English. So in a way, even though that was the language of our conquistadors and whatever, you know what I mean? But by all of us speaking the same language, right, and especially with the internet now, English being the default language, we're more, lahat ng yung Asians, even Pinoys now, we're able to communicate with each other, because that was a big problem dun sa Pilipinas din.
Of course.
Right? People come from different provinces, they speak different dialects, they have different religions, different beliefs. So Philippines couldn't really unite either. Kasi, you know, I mean, we live on islands, 7,100 islands, right? So we're just divided, not even by religion, culture, language. We're also just divided by geography.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So that's that. I mean, I think, and that's the beauty of the internet, and that's the beauty right now of, you know, I guess all of us speaking English or understanding it at least, diba? Because we can all communicate, diba? Pero kailangan also, but you need to, you know some of your own, you know, your roots. Hindi ako masyado magaling. Pero patry mag-usap Tagalog. So, pasensya po.
No problem. All right. So yeah, gusto niyo pa marinig si Knowa na mag-freestyle? Okay ba to sa lahat?
I was trying to Yeah, I like your setup, man. It looks really, really good. This whole your podcast setup. Galing, galing.
Thanks, bro.
I think you should do one too, bro.
Professional yan.
Eto, so we'll try it. Ito instrumental lang to, no? Concrete jungle. Let's try. This one?
Yes, I can hear it. Okay.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Turn it a little up.
Yeah.
The DJ, Kurt, all the way in Dubai, all the way to LA.
In the desert.
From Dubai to LA.
So the music.
All right.
The music's streaming.
So
I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. We're ready.
Oh yeah, you can play it. If y'all want to give me words or things to talk about, I could do that too. So
all right then. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna hear Knowa Lazarus of course Q York. Please enjoy. Freestyle to, pare.
Oh, freestyle na.
There you go.
There you go.
Woo!
Ooh, I figured it out. See?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get the levels right.
Alright.
Alright, let's go.
Woo! There you go.
Check. Ooh, alright, let me bring it back. We're gonna get it started.
Alright.
Persistence, man.
Let's go.
Alright, let's do this, yo. Knowa Lazarus of Q York.
Check me out, y'all. All the way to Dubai. Knowa Lazarus. Q York. Check it. Yeah. Up on the mic, be like boom. Communicating overseas. Out to Dubai. Through Zoom, what you talking about? Never seen it like this. I took my own route. People told me go this way, I went that way. Y'all wanna talk a lot, but y'all can get out of here. Beast with the flows, Knowa Lazarus. I represent. Y'all be telling lies like Pinocchio's nose grows. Take a pause for a second. I am what they call the secret weapon. Never seen it like this. Sorta like a psychic, cause I predict the words even before I write it. Ignite it. It's getting lit like dynamite sticks exploding. What you talking about? Divide them like a quotient. I'm too potent, omnipotent with the lyrics. Channel spirits, you can hear it. That's why they fear this. All the way to Dubai on the baseline. You know what it is. Holla at your girl on FaceTime. What you want? Y'all don't want none of that. You're running back like Cunningham, boy. I'm cunning to the ham. That's the pork, the pigs. They're trying to take me down. Racism looking at me cause my skin is brown. But I am just me. Eternity, fulfilling my destiny. Plus my eyes is chinky, mixed with a little bit of Asian, blazing, hot like Cajun. The boy is so amazing. They try to shoot me, it's like the Matrix, cause every bullet they fire, it's just grazing. Through the mathematics. Illmatic, Asiatic, ever since Nas, I was bumping that back in 92. What you talking about, bro? So tell me what you wanna do. I'm a veteran, medicine to the game, which means I'm curing that COVID-19. Got them gassed up. When you go out, better be masked up. I'm laughing at these haters now. Know what it is, man, they cannot hold me down. This ain't gravity, causing calamity. Statue of Liberty used to take the ferry. For all the immigrants that arrived, I came here in a hurry. But still I'm a little late, feeling so great. Trying to get this money, put food on the plate. Do this for my daughter, I'm in the United States. Wish I was somewhere overseas on a plane so I could see the world, that was my dream. Now I open my eyes and I see all my dreams. Went back to the Philippines, my motherland, didn't understand what it was really about until I looked in the mirror and faced fear. The fear was in my own heart and I put it into my art. I played the part, I'm Noah, I built my own ark. I threw it like a dart and hit the bullseye, they say that I'm smart. Moving through it, you know what it is. Time is like fluid, it just keeps on flowing in a direction that's forward. So where you going, I hope it's forward, cause that's towards where the future lies. People telling lies. I am like Star Trek, the way I enterprise, building up my own businesses. What you talking about? I am still just a pure lyricist. Everybody talking about different things in their life, but they don't understand how I do it tonight. So if you want it, let's get it on tonight. Yeah, living my life to the fullest. Doing my thing, doing your thing. Everybody, how y'all feeling? I'm feeling good. It's all good in the hood. Yeah. Hope you understood just what it was. It's not what it is today. You can't look back at yesterday, cause that is now gone. You gotta move and live in the moment. That's being strong. People try to break your heart. Rejection is just a part of life. Don't be scared for somebody to tell you no, cause that's just another step closer to yes. Ah, yes. Forget the stress. You might feel like you kind of depressed at this moment, but there's somebody out there who got it much worse than you, and you might not see it. We all human beings, but what does that mean? Does it mean being you? Does it mean being true? Does it mean being what you are not? What I think it means is being everything that you can be. Even if you never reach it, that's a secret. I hope you peep it. You can ask Fro Style. He's bopping his head while he smiles. And I'm hanging with Kurt. Did my own thing. R.I.P. to Dirt McGirt. That's ODB if you didn't know. Spitting that flow. I do this for all my Filipinos. Yeah.
Wow, man. Yo, you actually did the name. Well, appreciate it, man. Much love, bro. Much love, no, man.
Wala ka naman, bro.
Pare, sobrang solid nun.
Astig.
Yoy.
Yan, di ba? Mr. Know-It-All.
Ladies and gentlemen, Knowa Lazarus of New York.
That's like a freaking like a lyric genius, man. For real.
Salamat, man. Salamat, man.
That's like
It's just a genius,
very
bro.
real, bro. Like when you say like you're a veteran in this game, like it shows.
Oh, salamat, man.
Pare. Solid nun, man.
Thank you, man.
Bro, ano yan, it's a gift, it's a talent, bro.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
It is.
those years of training and stuff, life experiences, all built up in just a massive flow, and you know, like, man, bro, I'm trying to rap, but even me, like sometimes I'm struggling on rapping stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So
Honestly,
I'm still learning.
Yeah, but just to break it down, like hanging like with you guys and even like the Philippine All-Stars and being around dancers, that actually expanded my mind a lot, because then I started looking at music in terms of, let's say, me rapping, right? Rap stands for rhythm and poetry, right? So it's rhythm first and then the poetry, right? So when I would, you know, because, you know, I think you'd be there sometimes, you know, me and Flay would take like those dance workshops. I mean, we weren't really good, but we would be there in the back, and just seeing the rhythms, it kind of also expanded me in a way where it was like, all right, this is how they move into the beat. You know, I can rap the way that they're moving. You know, all I gotta do is bend the words. So you start looking at it in that way. So I mean, I think in terms of, I mean, you're a dancer already, so you already know how to move. So, you know, I'm just trying to give some advice. You know,
Yeah,
but
why not? Yeah, thanks a lot, bro.
look at it like that too. You're dancing with words. That's really what you're doing.
Wow,
I mean,
amazing. Props,
Solid
bro.
nun,
Much
solid
love.
nun.
Yeah.
Then, Noah, where can we buy or download your album? Do you have an album right now that you just released?
No albums, just doing singles. But the last album we dropped was in 2016. I think it was the Philippine Dream.
Okay.
But now we're just really doing singles. But of course you could just go on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, just search Knowa Lazarus. Like it says there, it's KNOWA LAZARUS or Q-YORK. That's Q York. And you know, you'll find a bunch of our stuff. You know, if you like it, support it. And you know, we're working on putting some merch out, so that's going to be the next thing. But you know, you can also visit the official websites, knowalazarus.com, as it says on my little border there, knowalazarus.com and q-york.com. So you guys can you know, check those out, and you know, we're gonna have some merch up there soon as well too. So you know, sana mag support, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, just spread the love. You know, if you know, I love it if you buy it, but if you share it, you know, it means a lot too. So
of course,
it's all good.
Yep. So right now, as you can see, on our screen, we're on his page, Knowa Lazarus. Then Q York. So we're here. So we're just gonna scroll down a bit.
Yeah, that's my face.
Ito yung page niya.
my real name is Cedric.
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 Okay, Cedric.
Cedric.
All right.
All right. Cedric. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
man.
that's my real name. That's my real name.
So
Just
nandito
today,
rin.
just today I kind of know your name now.
No, but usually when I tell people my name is Cedric, they'll be like, "You don't look like Cedric. I'm gonna call you Noah anyway." You
No.
look more like Noah, so. But yeah, that's my real name. So
Uh-huh.
you know, when they cut the check, that's who they send it to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Naka-post dito yung updates ni Noah or ni Cedric sa mga bago niyang songs, sa mga nire-release niya na single. So yeah, you could check this out, and please like and follow his pages as well. Ganun din sa YouTube na, as you can see on our screen, naka-post dito yung YouTube channel niya, yung Facebook, and check his website as well, nowalazarus.com. And q-york.com, tama ba?
Yep.
So
Tama.
yeah, later on we're gonna be posting the links of these pages as well para makita nyo, so you could just click on it na lang. Then bro, what's next for Q York or for Knowa Lazarus? Para sa lahat.
Right now, I mean, more music, of course, and you know, hopefully once all this COVID is over, you know, all this, you know, back on tour, and actually the real big thing, you know, that I've been putting some time into during this, you know, pandemic, is actually working on a movie script. So I'm working on a movie.
Oh wow.
And I mean, I have a director that's working with me here in LA. And we're just finalizing everything. So right now we're working on getting a trailer produced, and you know, I've already created some songs around the movie, and you know, so that'll be for me. I don't want to say I could bow out gracefully, but for me that would be like, you know, one of the pinnacles in terms of, let's say, life goals. I mean, you were asking me before, like, one of my biggest goals. That would be the goal, you know, have a movie out. And the movie is based on my life. So a lot of the stuff I was, you know, sharing with you guys is based on a lot of that.
It's gonna be dope.
And, you know, but it goes into real detail. So, I mean, the goal is to bridge that gap, to show that, hey, you know, I was just, you know, an Asian, a Filipino American or immigrant in America, lost. And I found myself when I went back to the motherland. And like I said, you know, everything that I was in New York was what I ended up becoming. Right, it was just a journey to discover that. So that's kind of like the whole story arc in that. Is like you travel all around the world, or you search so hard to try to find yourself, but then it's like you've already been there the whole time. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like, I guess, the big thing that, you know, hopefully by 2021 or 2022, you know, we'll have out, or we'll start shooting. You know, and hopefully, you know. And it's giving me motivation, you know, to take care of a lot of other things. So it's been a good thing.
It's gonna be dope for sure.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna look forward to it, for real.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna let y'all know. We'll have a cameo from you guys, man.
All right.
And nandito tayo ngayon sa page ng Q York. I like this, you know, Q York Edutainment. So if you could just, guys, please check this out and subscribe on their page. Magsusubscribe din ako ngayon. Because from the word itself, it's edutainment. So you'll get educated and of course entertained by the videos that they're posting here. Updates din to about sa events and music nila. Kung tama ba?
Yeah. I mean, you know, just follow us on all of them, you know.
Yeah, please subscribe na lang sa lahat, and of course subscribe din sa channel natin. And
of course.
Bro, is there anything you would like to add, or you'd like to thank, or that wasn't you know, asked, or anything?
Oh no, I mean, I just want to thank you guys for having me, and you know, having this opportunity, you know, to reach different parts of the world, and also to, you know, to see you guys and build and the good vibes. I mean, in terms of, you know, of course, shout out to all my loved ones, you know, everybody out there that's been rocking with you know, Q York and me since the start. And even if you just heard about us now, you know, would love for you to join the movement. And, you know, it's just love at the end of the day. And, you know, do what you love. And, you know, let's stay positive in these crazy times. But you're not positive in the negative way, if you know what I mean. But, you know, nowadays positive can be negative and say I'm positive.
Yeah. In the literal sense. God damn.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, again. CL, bro. Any thing you wanna tell us? What you're working on right now?
I think this interview was like one of the best that we had because we get to know Knowa more in depth, and I've never knew about his past life, you know. So like this is the only time I had a chance to talk to him, but online. But like, you know, like back in the days, according to my experience, he's really one of the most humble rappers that I've met in my life. And I've met a lot of rappers in the Philippines, you know. But then Knowa, bro, we chill because you're always with the dancers. You know,
it was always fun, man.
Back in the days, like
jeez.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, the energy, man. I love it, man.
It's the energy, exactly. It's a positive energy that you always get with Knowa and Flava Matikz and the whole team. And yeah, exactly.
And you know what? Shout out. Yeah, and I'm happy I was able to get the beat tour because I was like thinking about it. I was like, how am I gonna do this? And then I found the wire, you know, and I figured it out. So
dang.
All right.
Also, I'm gonna bounce at the 1 o'clock. So
oh yeah, handle it, brother, man.
Supporting another musician. So yeah, I'm gonna be in Dubai more later on.
Yeah, let me hear some of the music you're working on, if anything. You know what I mean? Like if you have something in mind.
Bro.
You want me to like spit a verse?
I'm gonna send you what I worked on, and then maybe you can help me out. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and if you have anything, you know,
it's gonna be dope, man.
Like that you'd want me to jump on, just let me know, man. You want me to get on a track? Let me know, man.
Yeah. Of course, bro.
I love man. Yeah.
We love you for real. God bless you, bro.
Yeah, for real, man. God bless, guys.
All right. So yes, again. Before we wrap this baby up, of course, we would just like to thank our sponsors, Dubai Exclusive Fitness, for personal training, body transformation, anything that you need for your body. Please contact them. Their number or contact number is on our screen, so just check it out. We would like to thank Alchemist Clothing, Flawless Beauty UAE for beauty products, skincare products. You could just go to their page. Or yung numbers din nila nandito sa screen natin. Located sila sa Karama. We would like to thank as well our sponsor in the Philippines sa pinag-uusapan to pagdating sa food trip sa Bulacan, Sisig Brothers. Saying what up to my boy Jake. And of course, Sulud Misoy, our official partner na nagbibigay na shirt sa atin dito sa show. Maraming salamat. We would like to thank as well Hope and Inspire Movement. Please check their Facebook and Instagram page at Hope and Inspire Movement Official. Please reach them at +63 917 627 4392. Again, that's +63 917 627 4392. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. And maraming salamat ulit. CL and Knowa, maraming salamat sa pagsama sa show.
Walang anuman, bro.
Again, maraming salamat sa inyo. And guys, please stay safe. God bless.
God bless. Yoy.